Thank you for tuning in to the reading produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. If you want to receive these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date, then subscribe to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. We offer online courses that teach how to do tarot, create magical potions, and how to work with the ancestors, deities, and African Diaspora spirits. Visit the Shrine of Black Epistemology at blackepistemology.com. If you like mentorship with me or one of our staff, book a private mentorship consultation at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. I want to let you all know about a few things that we have going on. There's a $25 class called Hex Your Ex. It's going to be $25. We're going to teach you how to hex your ex, how to put a love spell on them. We're also teaching a love spell class for $55.55 with me and Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke. I'm also going to be teaching a class with Baba Obafemi on dream interpretation, and all of these classes are available on blackspectrumnetwork.com. They are they're $66 and less, so they range from $25 to $66. Go ahead and hop on those classes. If you're interested in doing mentorship with me or Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke, text 901-350-0602 for me, or 901-350-0598 for Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke, and we will get you your mentorship application. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the Vanessa Bryant reading. I'm going to be asking all the questions that people really want to know. Some of them are offensive, so just be prepared if you are easily triggered. So the first question that we're going to be asking is, how is Vanessa Bryant dealing with the death of her husband and her daughter? How do you all think that she's dealing with this death? Do you all think that she is sad right now? Do you all think that she's in a depressive mood? Is she laughing straight to the bank? What do you all think? Okay, so how is Vanessa Bryant dealing with this death? All right, so just from this first card, what I can see here is that Vanessa Bryant is and I'm just going to tell the truth, but the main thing that has her, I mean, she's definitely devastated over both the death of her husband and her daughter. But what's really hurting her is that she's now a single mother, as indicated by the Four of Staffs. So she's thinking about how her home is now a broken home. Of course, she wouldn't have wanted her daughter to die. I don't think anybody would want to see their children die. But Vanessa Bryant has a very codependent energy, where she enjoys being in a relationship with another man. She's someone whom not only enjoy being a wife, she also enjoy being a mother. And without having her husband around her, I feel that she feels that she's going to be a lot less capable of taking care of her children. Even though she has the money to do so, she's going to have the support to do so. She's someone that very much believes in a two-parent household, and she, I get from her energy, she strongly emphasizes the importance of having a father in her children's life or lives or whatever. So I get that just from this one card that there's a depressing energy that she's feeling right now because of Kobe not being there. What's funny is that she's been having psychic visions about him through nightmares, and he's been trying to communicate to her about his money and his, I guess, money that he's either leaving behind through an estate or money that's tied up in a business deal that she has to get a lawyer to help finish those deals off. I see a business meeting that he didn't finish, or a business meeting that he was supposed to attend, and he needs to be present there. His energy is it really cares about this deal, because I feel like there's a lot riding on the line, maybe in terms of just the family name or the family brand or his brand, and she's trying to decipher those messages right now. So what she's getting is that she's overwhelmed with a lot of spiritual downloads that are coming from Kobe Bryant. His energy hasn't crossed over. I get that because this is a sudden death, his energy is actually around his family, and he's watching them mourn. though they can't hear him, and he can't do anything about them trying to, them being unable to hear them. So they need to get in contact with, obviously, Black Spectrum Network, but they need to get in contact with someone that specializes in mediumship, so that she can receive advice from him about how to close these deals out. The next thing that I see here is that she's feeling that she's without protection. For her, Kobe Bryant was a soldier, a pillar of strength, someone that she really was inspired by, and she really respected her husband. I get here that she's been praying a lot about the situation, and her, again, the nightmares that she's been having, she's been confused by them. But I want to say that these nightmares really do translate into him trying to communicate messages about messages surrounding a contract that needs to be signed by her on his behalf. So she needs to, I guess she would have the power of attorney to finish those things off. But right now, I don't see a lot about her. I don't see a lot about her daughter. I see a lot of this being about Kobe. Yeah, Kobe keeps showing up here. So I'm getting that she's largely confused about how to tell this to her daughters, how to explain what is going on. Of course, I think some of her older daughters are shattered. They're emotionally shattered by what's happened, but Vanessa Bryant is still trying to figure out how to. She's like, she doesn't want to be the man of the household. That's never what she's wanted for her life. They were supposed to be planning a family vacation. Maybe this is like 2 to 3 months out, or close to the summer. I'm hearing like May or June, and this family vacation cannot happen. It was being organized by Kobe Bryant. There's a lot. I see a lot of reminders, a lot of painful reminders of what has transpired because of. He was planning things out. Those plans are going unfinished, and every time she has to see those unfinished plans, she thinks about how they can never be finished because she doesn't have the leader or the originator of the ideas to accomplish what's being set out. So she has to fill in the gaps for that, and she doesn't have her partner. So this has been painful for her. Again, I'm saying Kobe Bryant here. What I can see was that in their marriage, and I'm going to be asking this later, is where was she in her marriage? But right now, what I can see is that he was re-engaging her for love. So I feel like they were going to renew their wedding vows. I get that he was trying to date her again, trying to fall in love with her again. I get that his energy had started to become a lot more settled in terms of really adjusting to being a husband. I don't get that he wasn't involved in his family's life as a father and as a husband. I don't get that he was absent in the past few years, but I do get that he was re-engaging her, and she was starting to fall in love with him again, and he was starting to get more possessive of her. Okay, so the cards are saying that the most devastating thing that happened is that she was told this through a text message. She was told this through a text message, and this was a text message through a friend who had seen on the internet what was going on, which really sucks. So I'm going to try to see what other information I could deliver about her emotional state, about her children, or about her child. Okay. Yeah, I get that wrapped up in what she's feeling is her daughter. She hasn't had time to process that her daughter has left her either. Kobe leaving her has really shaken her, and I think that is going to take her, maybe from this reading, maybe another day or two to really grieve over the death of the both of them. This isn't to say that she doesn't care that her daughter died, but just that the energy of Kobe Bryant is just so heavy that on her mind. And again, this is a psychic weight that she's carrying. I get that Kobe's energy is very present around her, and she can literally feel it. Okay, these cards are saying that she's on a mission right now to talk about. She's on a mission right now to talk about helicopter travel, or to be a spokesperson for changing helicopter regulations or something like that. I don't know. She's thinking about those things, and I get that there's a little bit of a social activist energy around her, but I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to get something named I think her daughter's name is Gianna. I wouldn't be surprised if she's trying to get like the Gianna Foundation or the Gianna helicopter flight regulations established or something like that. But here's Vanessa Bryant, here's the death, and here's her daughter. So I see that she feels as though she's failed as a mother, because she couldn't protect her daughter. What she's birthed, and this is being her first daughter. This has been painful for her. It's not something that she even wants to think about. A lot of threes here. Okay, so she's been having nightmares about her daughter as well. But these nightmares have been about seeing all of her children there, and she's been having dreams that all four of her children are around her, and then for some reason, one way or another, a terrible accident happens and kills her oldest daughter. So she's having nightmares about both, but she's been having these nightmares or visions about Kobe Bryant trying to communicate a message to her. And I get that she's also been having trouble sleeping. So in her naps, she dreams about her daughter, but in her deep slumber, she dreams about Kobe. But she's not been sleeping a lot anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm saying here. This is a very painful spread being laid out for Vanessa Bryant. Okay, so we want to know, did she do spell work to cause Kobe Bryant's death? We want to see, was there any magic done on Vanessa Bryant's part? Tell me in the comments, do you all think that Vanessa Bryant did spell work to cause her husband's death? I'm only asking this question because it was posed to me by many people on YouTube. Vanessa Bryant's energy is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Because the moon card is here and she's showing up as the world card. So she's confused as to why this would happen. And the death card is here. This death has nothing to do with her. The nine of staffs being here is talking about the nine of staffs between the strength card and the death card, because here she is represented by the world and the strength card, the 10 of swords. She didn't have anything to do with this. This death caught her off guard. She's not a spellcaster or a spell worker. She doesn't get into the occult in that way. That's not something that she's into. This line of work is not something that she's even curious about. And I get that if someone even showed her this reading, she probably would be like, I'm not watching that shit. But this absolutely has nothing to do with her. I don't see none of these cards indicate spell work, and with the death card being here right before the nine of staffs, this is talking about there being very clear boundaries between her and this death. So it has nothing to do with her. There's no connection there. If anything, the only connection that I see between her and the death is the way in which she's been affected by it, which is she's been having trouble sleeping. She's confused by it, and I think that she's completely disillusioned. She may be entering into a state of psychosis as well as she tries to process through these feelings. And I get that she's been trying to put up a front as though for the general public as though she's okay. I don't see her trying to make any verbal public statements, such as her trying to get in front of the camera. She may do written statements, but she's not. Her mind is not even there. And honestly, I feel terrible for asking this question, because if she does see this video, she's gonna be like, what the fuck are people talking about? Why the fuck would anybody ask that? I see a lot of anger. in these cards. Okay, so the card for travel shows up, which is talking about the helicopter death, and it's talking about, although this is unfortunate, it has nothing to do with her doing spiritual work. She's not a spellcaster. The magician card shows up to pretty much clarify the two of staffs in the death card. So this is about this is not about spiritual work, or that it indicates spiritual work. This is actually about the two of staffs being here, which talks about Kobe Bryant having to make a choice as to whether he had gotten on the plane or not. That's what this is about. Now, this is unfortunate that this death happened, and maybe there is magical work that was done on the situation to cause Kobe Bryant's death, but there's nothing here that indicates that this would have been caused by the wife. Okay, so the hangman card shows up again, which would be connected to the moon card. The Queen of Staffs, which is Vanessa Bryant, the Ace of Coins. So there's a lot of speculation that she did the spell work to acquire some form of money, but these things are untrue. People are not seeing these things clearly. She has to make a decision. This is about her having to make a lot of financial decisions on behalf of Kobe. And so there is going to be some speculation that because there's new money flowing in that and is going to her, that she was responsible for managing it. There's going to be a lot of speculation that she did do this, but I don't see this being true. They're saying that she's going to have to go through a season of unfair judgment because of the tragedy that comes through travel, as indicated by the Knight of Staffs. So I mean, no, she didn't do it. This was actually very much that was like a clap back sort of. It was like her ancestors are clapping back in that reading. Okay. Let's see. Did she sincerely love Kobe Bryant, or was it about the money? Did Vanessa Bryant sincerely love Kobe Bryant, or was it about the money? They have been friends, soulmates for a long, long time. And yeah, I mean, she stayed for the money. I mean, that's a large reason why she stayed throughout the fights, and she had to. I don't get that. I don't get that she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke nigger. And what I mean by that is that, you know, money can't buy love, and money can buy things that make you happy, but money wasn't buying her happiness. I think I get that part of why she stayed is simply because they've been together so long, as indicated by the Six of Cups. Like, there's a lot of nostalgia that she was overwhelmed by thinking about the potential of even leaving. And I feel like she also felt like leaving him represented a form of betrayal that she couldn't participate in. I do get from these cards that she felt like this was her soulmate, and they did fight a lot with each other. But there's not enough here that indicates that this wasn't just for love. So Kobe Bryant has good dick. That's one thing that I see here. Him showing up as the King of Wands. This may indicate that he may be well endowed with a lot of girth. But I do get good dick energy from these cards, and I see that good dick and money was what helped her to stay. But they are friends, and then they had children with each other. She represents with her showing up as a Princess of Swords. This indicates that she was someone that she's someone that has a very light-hearted spirit. She was very. They had a lot of good conversations with each other. She shared a lot with him. This was her best friend. With her also indicated as the Princess of Swords, who would talk and as the Empress. The arithmetic of these two cards would talk about this being that once she had a baby by him, she felt like they were meant to be together forever. And she felt that she had to stay simply because they had children together. And she believes in having a 2-parent household. She's like, I'm going to stay with my child's father, and I'm going to do it by any means necessary. Regardless of how much fight, it doesn't matter how much they fought. I get from these cards that she was always in a position to stay. She had to force herself to stay, even though there were times that she did really want to leave and felt that it was best to leave. I mean, and money did play a part in it. I mean, all of it's a combination of factors. All these things mattered. It's not just the dick. It's not just the money. It's not just love. It's not just the friendship. It's all of those things matter. And she weighed all of those things when she was choosing to stay in this marriage. Were they in a good place in their marriage before Kobe Bryant passed away? Hit the skull emoji if you're enjoying this reading. Were they in a good place in their marriage? No, they weren't. They weren't. Even though he was re-engaging with her. They were either renewing their vows, or he was trying to literally propose to her again, or try to get engaged to her again. But I get that their marriage had been on the fringes for a while, where they were just friends and it lacked romance. She had very much become accustomed to the lifestyle that he had introduced her to, and she wasn't hurting for money at all. I mean, I don't see that at all. But I do see where she had plans to have another baby by him, because she did want another kid. She enjoys being pregnant. I feel like she fell out of love with him, but he's possessive and he wasn't ready to let her go. And I get this energy from him that he, I don't want to say, I just get this energy from him that when things, he always wanted for things to be perfect. And in his mind, I get that Kobe Bryant could be hypercritical of her for whatever reason. And it's not critical of her looks, but critical of how she communicated with him, critical of how she went about raising the children, critical about how she spent her time outside of being a mother. And I get that she had been dating, maybe within the past 5 years, she had been dating someone else. And I don't want to say that their marriage was open, but she had been emotionally involved with someone else. But again, these cards are saying that she cared very much. She loved her children more than she loved her husband. But what's crazy is that this death, I think because they had unresolved issues in their marriage, that karma that karma is eating her ass alive. That they didn't resolve arguments. That they weren't very clear on where they stood with each other, but they were still legally married and still having children with each other. And so what I'm saying here is that she was open to re-engaging with him, and there is a deep love there that she had for him. But for the most part, it's all about her. Her love language is gifts. Okay? Her love language is gifts. And Kobe Bryant was controlling. He was controlling. He could verbally berate her. These things hurt her feelings. And she wanted more babies. But she wanted more babies. I get that he plans to give her another one. And I think that they were going to pay money to help with fertility, to help her to have another one. When she's pregnant, he's much more affectionate with her. There's a certain way that he looks at her and enjoys her, and he's engaged with her. because he does care about her health. When she's with a child, he cares a lot about his daughters. And I get that they wanted to have a boy, which is why she wanted to try one more time. And I mean, he was cheating on her. There was another woman there, and she had been she had found out about it, knew about it, wasn't really putting up a fuss about it though. This is definitely a situation of just please, can you just please take care of house and home? Can you just please make sure that we're good? And I do get that she had moments where she was begging him to just do right by her, to just do right. And I don't get that. Kobe Bryant's, from her vantage point, sometimes Kobe did right, sometimes he didn't. You know, sometimes he was monogamous for 3 weeks, and then, you know, for 3 months he's out and about and doing secretive stuff, you know, private shit. I mean, I just get that she never really trusted that he was completely faithful. So why does she stay in the marriage? Why does she stay this long? Because of the legacy they had been building with each other, and the legacy that they were going to continue building, especially when it came to like having generational wealth. Like their kids are going to be eating for 200 years because of some of the deals that he signed. And I get that he's leaving his children behind businesses as well. And she wasn't gonna miss out on that opportunity. I mean, she had been praying for this marriage to work all her life. She's been praying for it to work, even when it didn't work. She was like, "This is going to work." She was determined to make. She was determined to keep the marriage, despite the foolishness that. And when I'm talking about foolishness, despite the infidelity, she didn't give a shit. I mean, it's like she's like, I'm going to do the best that I can do to keep his attention here. And I get that she worked out, she dieted, exercised. She wanted more children. She wasn't going to be satisfied until she had as many as she was like, I'm going to have as many kids by him as possible. She enjoyed being a mother. And she's also a loner. Like, she does have a tight circle of girlfriends, but she's one of those women that when she has a baby, she's like, it's all about my kids. It's all about my husband. Girl, I can't pick up the phone. Once my man walk in the house, I'm getting off the phone. Bye. She never felt like it was a great decision for her to leave. And I also get that there was some fear around her leaving, that at any point in time he could just travel and still see her. So there was no way that she was actually going to leave. Even if she divorced him, she was still so emotionally wrapped up in him that they were basically still married. And she knew this. And as she's gotten older, I feel that she's very much accepted this. Yeah, she's had to accept it. She's very much had to accept it. And what keeps her linked to him is the financial abundance that they were creating together. So I mean, it is what it is. It's exactly what you all speculated it to be. Okay, whatever y'all were speculating about this sort of situation. She's a basketball wife. She's an Evelyn Lozada. She's birthed multiple different cash registers, and she's not willing to let this lifestyle go. Let's see. Did she ever cheat on Kobe? Would you ever cheat on Kobe Bryant if you were married to him? Let me know. Would you hit the eggplant emoji if you would cheat on Kobe Bryant? If you were Vanessa Bryant. She keeps her shit on lock, okay? She keeps her shit on lock, and she's very good at what she does. Yes, she has, and she's the type of woman that, she's not, if she's on the phone with her with another dude, she ain't finna get off the phone, because that's gonna bring up too much suspicion. She would have conversations. She could have a conversation right in Kobe Bryant's face, and he wouldn't know. She didn't change her behavior at all. Yes, she has, but she's definitely not anymore. I mean, obviously she can't. She's not even thinking about that. Whatever little cuddy buddy she had on the side or whatever, that's been eliminated for a while. Because I get that they have been trying to get back into the church. They have been trying to work on their marriage. That ain't happening anymore. And it hadn't been happening for maybe the past 2 years. She's just had to cut it off, because he has been trying to seriously re-engage with her. And re-engage in the marriage. And you're gonna keep hearing me say this. She was hoping that he was very serious about courting her again, and about trying to really be with her again. She wanted this to work. Yes, she has. Yes, in the past she has had, a sexual encounter here and there, and she's needed to. Yes, she has. Okay. Yes, she has. Period. Point blank. The reasons being is that she has a need to be in love, and to feel like she's being loved. She likes attention. And she doesn't like to be alone, but she wasn't cheating out of loneliness. She was doing it because she needed to experience something else at certain points in time, and this just wasn't getting it. If he was absent, she wasn't going to just sit around and just wait all the time. Let me put it this way. Let's say if they were married for 15 years. The first 10 years, she tried her damnedest to not entertain anything else, okay? Year 12, fuck it. I'm getting a little dick every now and then. Does she worry or even know about children outside of their marriage? Do you all think Kobe Bryant has children outside of their marriage? These things have definitely come up. This has definitely come up, and this is there are sealed court documents about this. And yes, there is a child outside of the marriage. I don't know how many, but I see that they've gone to court over this, over the paternity, and things have been settled out of court, and there are documents that have been sealed. I guess I'm not sure if this information is going to be revealed, but yes, there is. And this has happened early in their marriage. He may have a child that's around about the age of the oldest daughter, maybe a year or two younger. She knows. I don't know if she's worried, but she's been upset about that for a long time, and she's the sort of woman that pretends that the other kid is not there. Yeah, she pretends the other child is not there. It may be a girl. And yeah, I feel like it may be a girl. I feel like Kobe produces a lot of female children, but yeah, she knows. I don't see that she's worried about those things coming up because it's been legally handled. I don't know if you can really keep. I'm not an attorney, so someone tell me if you can keep those types of things sealed or whatever. I'm gonna continue looking and seeing what I see. But I don't see that being. I don't see him only having 4 children. I do not see that. All right. Does she know or does she worry about children outside of their marriage? I mean, things have been shaken up in the past about this. I mean, I'll put it this way. Like, yes, there is, and with there being so many jacks showing up, maybe there are two children, a jack of diamonds and a jack of clubs. Maybe there are two children. It's difficult to tell the gender because it's a jack. But I get that there may be two children by the same woman who shows up as the queen of diamonds, and this would indicate that this woman has been paid off. She has a very difficult personality, someone that's very impatient, and someone that she's not a business owner. She's just had a lot of money that comes from the kids. And these two jacks showing up to follow, it's like maybe this information is known or something, because of the ace of clubs. And maybe people have made jokes about this in the past, but it may actually be true. That's what I see is with this being the Joker. Clarify this. The 9 of hearts, the 10 of spades, another jack. Okay, so this woman would act like these kids are not his. And there's a lot of pretending that these children are not his, but there's definitely these children are his. And I see too, again, I can't really tell the gender. And so they may be little boys, but I doubt it. With Kobe Bryant showing up as the king of spades and the 9 of diamonds and the 3 of spades clarifying, this is like Kobe Bryant is such a powerful person that he could keep this under wraps with his money. And with the 9 of diamonds here, this indicate like this is a card that says like not to give money away, or that if you give money away, you're not going to see it being returned to you. So there's been a huge payoff, a very huge payoff or a payout, money that's been paid out, but it's like it's cash. This is like cash that can't be traced. All right. Is the last baby that was born biologically Kobe's daughter? Is Vanessa Bryant's last child biologically Kobe's daughter? Now I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Kobe did question the paternity at first. I don't think that there was a paternity. I don't think that there was a paternity test, but it's to be assumed yes. He's assuming yes that the child is his, and the child actually is his. The child actually is his. And the child looks very much like the rest. So, I mean, that's what he's going off of. The cards are also saying that this kid actually is his child. But he did have a question about the paternity. And she's dealt with a very wealthy man before. She's dealt with a very, very wealthy man. I don't get that he's a billionaire, but he may run $1 billion company or something. He's actually connected to sports. He's actually been connected to the sports industry. He may be a white man that was courting her, older gentleman. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, he did question it, but out of like he questioned it out of pettiness, like to be spiteful. I don't get, but at the same time, he knew that the child was his. All right. Did they intend to have more children? Did she want to have more children? Let's follow up with that. She needed help, like fertility wise. They were going to pay for pay money to help her to carry the next child. They did intend to. I mean, it wasn't going to hurt them at all to have another one. They were planning to renew the vows, photo shoot, have another child, before she couldn't. Again, she wanted to have as many as possible. She very much enjoys being a mother. She loves being a mother because she loves passing wisdom down to young girls. And she also likes the lifestyle that she was introducing her girls to, and to also see her daughters embody a lot of the traits of her father and her, particularly her daughters having an appetite for sports, but also her daughters being very prissy, her daughters valuing material things and enjoying being beautiful. I get that one of her daughters, one of the younger ones, will end up doing like beauty pageants or modeling or something. All right, so now we want to know, will Vanessa Bryant get married again? Will Vanessa Bryant get married again? Will Vanessa Bryant get married again? Will she get married again? It's going to be hard. It's going to be really, really hard. It's going to be really hard for her to open up again. She doesn't feel like she's going to find a man as intelligent and as enterprising as Kobe Bryant, and she's not really ready to introduce other people around her daughters. That's hard. It's hard because she feels like her kids need a father figure in their life, and they had one. They had the father figure that she wanted. And she still feels like they need a father figure in their life, but at the same time, she doesn't want to replace Kobe Bryant. She's like, who the fuck can replace him? That's what she's asked. She's like, who the fuck would? And with the money that she's being left behind, she's just like, no, I can't introduce anybody to this lifestyle. There's too much that's going on. She can't even think about that type of stuff. The Seven of Hearts is here, which is talking about the card for the soulmate. She's not ready. She's not ready. And she's growing very impatient with even, I get this, once she's done grieving, she is going to be dating again. But she's not trying to be married too soon. She's open. She's gonna say that she wants to, but it's gonna be really hard for her to get married, just because she may not be a cooperative partner. She may not try to do the things she may not do everything that she needs to do as a partner to create a healthy bond with a new person, so that man would feel comfortable proposing to her. Just for right now, I'd say for the next 5 years, no, she's not going to be married. And it's going to be about 2 to 3 years before she's dating again. It's going to be about 24 to 36 months before she's dating again. Somewhere between that time. Let me see. Yeah, the card, a lot of, she's like, that was my soulmate. That was it for me. She wants to die. She wants to die with this man, but she's only staying alive because of her kids. Like, this is fucked up. No, she still feels very attached to Kobe Bryant, even though he's not here. Like, she can't process that. She can't think about that. That is sending, like, a lot of this is sending her into a state of psychosis. I feel like she could lose her mind. To be honest with you, I really do feel like she could lose her mind. It's taking a lot for her to just keep her composure as is. It's a lot of tears, a lot of breaking down, a lot of crying. And then she still keeps hearing him talking about money, and she feels just this very heavy presence on her. She's not trying to think about money because the thing is, she's not psychic enough to hear that he's talking about business deals. And she thinks that she's feeling like he's talking about money. She feels like it's about her getting his money and she's not trying to entertain it, she can't really decipher the message very clearly. What I'm saying is that she hears Kobe Bryant, but what she would describe it as is, I feel his energy around me, and on her mind, she has on her mind, and she's feeling guilty about this money. She's feeling very guilty because it's what should be on her mind is grieving and the death, but she doesn't understand that that's Kobe Bryant trying to tell her that, yeah, grieve, please do, but looking out for the kids and the finances and everything else, there are some loose threads that I didn't tie up, and she needs to talk to their accountant, their lawyer, and whomever else was close to Kobe Bryant, because she didn't know too damn much about the money and how it worked, and what was going and how to make it work and all of that. All right, so I hope that makes sense to everybody, and I hope y'all enjoyed the reading. Please enroll in my tarot and astrology mentorship program. Text 901-350-0602 to enroll. If you're interested in the African witchcraft course with Priestess Oshun Funke, then you're going to text her at 901-350-0598. And I also want to tell you all about she's not a reverend, but Priestess Peach Blossom also has a mentorship program going on as well, and her number is 901-350-0248. Hers is an introduction into hoodoo. Is going to be a 6-week program. If you're interested in working with her, she's going to also be having her applications out and available as well. You can check the description box of this video. Is going to have links to all of our applications, so you can go ahead and submit to us. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the reading produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. If you want to receive these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date, then subscribe to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. We offer online courses that teach how to do tarot, create magical potions, and how to work with your ancestors, deities, and African diasporic spirits. Visit the Shrine of Black Epistemology at blackepistemology.com. If you like mentorship with me or one of our staff, then book a mentorship consultation on our website at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. We live in a time where the celebration and supernatural metamorphosis of our Black excellence is more than a form of resistance to globalized white supremacy. Your journey does not end here, so make your next move your best move. I now leave you with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. Say it with me, y'all. Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus do? I've been your reader, Huganzo, and remember, the truth is always collaborative. Thanks for watching.
So fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the sky.